kailangan dumaan pa to sa kaso-kaso to establish liability. I mean, meron na tayong ebidensya, and then can we not, as neighbors, good neighbors, brothers in the Pacific region, in the area, can we not compromise and speed up everything? But yan bang bawal under international law yan? I don't think. I think that's encouraged under international law. If let's say that ayaw nila ibigay yung full amount under international law, advance an amount. Diba?
Ano may sasagot mo rito sa narinig mo lahat?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, as what Attorney Gatchon was saying, we will be referring, of course, sa UNCLOS, no, the international law when it comes to determining the liability. And but once it's determined, actually, there is a PNI club that can compensate.
Pakiulit po.
PNI club will be compensating in case it was determined that there is a liability from the side of the vessel. There will be a PNI club, which is actually here it's for Pacific Ana, it's a steamship mutual. So meaning to say,
can you apprise this committee the immediate the exact article of UNCLOS or any provision of international law that would be triggered and implicated, and what steps Mashall Island should be doing as the flag state if it is really determined that Pacific Ana is the one who caused the collision in this incident? Ano yung mag-investigate ba ho kayo? Ano ba ho yung gagawin dapat? We're not infringing on your independent judgment as a separate jurisdiction. Ano po yung dapat gawin under international law at kung paano po makakatulong ito? Sinulatan na po kayo ng Philippine Coast Guard eh.
Yes, we
sumagot
have.
Na po kayo?
Yes, we have coordination.
Sumagot na po kayo dun sa letter nila?
Yes.
Coast Guard, sumagot na pala. So, ano po yung naging katugunan ninyo?
Actually, the response was initially based on the opening an investigation. We already opened the investigation, actually, Mr. Chair, as early as October 4, when we heard the press release that there was an incident that happened and involving Pacific Ana, who was allegedly the vessel of interest. And we have already coordinated with our investigator waiting in Singapore, because we have office in Singapore, and we have opened an investigation during that time. And that triggered communication with the Philippine Coast Guard. And so the preliminary investigation, as we speak, has been is almost being concluded, and we will be getting the full report very soon. But what we have, I have here, actually, I have a statement here that would...
para maliwanag po ito sa mga nakikinig ngayon, yung investigasyon ng Mashall Islands, ongoing na. Republic of Mashall Islands. Investigation is based where? Singapore, Mashall Islands, or the Philippines?
Investigation was actually based in Singapore. We actually boarded the vessel, Mr. Chair. We have 2 investigators that went on board the vessel last October 6, when the Pacific Ana...
so Singapore is cooperating?
Yeah, Singapore...
The Port Authority is cooperating?
No, the MPA, as far as I know, the MPA did not board the vessel, and but our inspector was there, our investigator was there, did the preliminary investigation already, checking on all the technicalities, and even conducted a visual inspection of the hull of the ship. And all of those are included in the report that they are now trying to conclude. And all this report actually will be released to IMO, because we have an obligation under the IMO CIC, the Casualty Investigation Code, which I'm sure the Port State Control knows that. And the sharing of information actually is mandatory or given in the CIC. So Port State share investigation reports and some information that would be very significant in finding out the fact and the truth of what happened. So right now, as we speak, like I mentioned, we already are in the process of concluding the investigation, and it will be a full report that will be forwarded to IMO database, and it will be visible actually for the Port State Control.
Before we allow you to read your prepared statement, I'd like to know if your investigation would likewise include reports or documentary reports coming from the side of the Philippines, especially the shape, the status, the condition of FB3 rin. Hindi niyo ba gusto makita yung FB3 rin? Kasi natow na yun, na-salvage na. Nandito na sa, if I'm not mistaken, nasa Pangasinan na ba o Zambales? Papunta pa lang. Gusto niyo bang makita rin yun?
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure the local authorities here would allow you.
Yeah, definitely, Mr. Chair. That's the reason why we have a close coordination with the Philippine Coast Guard, because actually, IMOCIC provides for the sharing of information. And if we are warranted to do such investigation, actually here and locally, we are able to do that.
Definitely will be allowed, and do not just limit yourselves with Philippine Coast Guard authorities,
Yeah.
the Philippine National Police.
Of course,
will
of
also
course.
be of assistance.
Yeah.
And you can get the sworn statements as well as the investigative report coming from the PNP, especially Pangasinan. Narinig nyo naman kanina.
Yes.
So we
I
allow
was-
you now. We allow you now to read your prepared
Yeah,
statement.
I was referring to the Coast Guard because they are the point of contact.
Bear in mind that we also have a Philippine National Police Maritime Command.
Okay. Yeah.
Chairman,
Thank you.
Senator Rafi
siguro the
Betel.
statement can be just be submitted na kasi I think
Yeah.
I think it will be a reiteration naman na sinabi.
Yeah. Basically,
Sige, ganito, Mr. Chairman. Ito bang, who investigated, which government agency investigated the incident? Philippine government.
Philippine Coast Guard, sir.
Okay. Kailan nangyari ito? October 2.
October 2 in the morning, sir.
Kung araw na ang nakalipas. Meron na tayong theory?
Initially, sir, before you arrive, we already presented our theory here, sir.
Yes, may theory
And-
tayo.
Opo, sir.
Our theory is,
Our theory is we are focusing more on the identity of the vessel of interest. And based on our presentation earlier, based on the maritime traffic, the sea vision,
yeah.
the testimonies, and then physical evidence, sir, pinpointing towards MT Pacific Ana.
empty Pacific Ana. Yes.
Yes.
Ito po ay may mga transponders ba yan sila na ano no?
AIS po. AIS po, sir.
AIS.
AIS, Automatic Identification System po yung barko.
That's parang standard, global standard.
It's international standard for foreign
International
shipping.
standard. Yeah, okay. And mabuti because this can be turned off, right? Alam ko parang pwede yata ito ma-turn off. So
Yes, sir. But during
to
the time,
the credit of the vessels there na iniwan nila naka-on. I mean, in good faith naka-on. That's good.
yes, sir.
Okay, so the theory of the Republic of the Philippines through our premier investigative agency like the Philippine Coast Guard is that on October 2, 2023 at 4:20 a.m. at ano ba yung mga ano yung longitude, latitude niyan? Alam niya, na-fix na ninyo. And that's
Yes, sir.
easy.
It is within our exclusive
Within our
economic zone, sir.
exclusive economic zone. MT Pacific Ana most likely rammed the FFB Diarin.
Correct po, sir.
Okay, sige. Leading to loss of 3 lives, the emotional and traumatic experience of how many survivors? 11?
11, sir.
3, and of course damages to
To the fishing
the
boat,
vessel and some other incidental items. Tama?
the cargoes inside, sir.
Okay, that's our theory. Now, international law. Does international law prevent a state or a vessel, a flag state, to just compromise and speed up everything? Okay, ganito muna PCG, kayo experience eh. Given the relative sizes of the two vessels, mararamdaman ba ni Pacific Ana na meron siyang tinamaan?
Given the size, sir, and of course the structure of fishing boat is only wooden hull, and the size of the vessel of interest is so huge, and it's steel hull, heavily laden. So perhaps they cannot even.
Posible.
Posible.
Posibleng maramdaman, posibleng hindi naramdaman. Okay. But of course, itong ating theory and the evidence or the information or the data that we base our theory, presented na po ito sa flag state. Correct? As well as,
Yes, sir.
ang assumption natin, the flag state presented this to the vessel owner. Ganun yata? Ganun ba?
Yes, po, sir.
So, does international law prevent the compromise of incidents like this para mapabilis na lahat? Kailangan ba dumaan pa to sa kaso-kaso to establish liability? I mean, meron na tayong ebidensya, and then can we not, as neighbors, good neighbors, brothers in the Pacific region, in the area, can we not compromise and speed up everything? But di naman bawal under international law yan. I think that's encouraged under international law.
We can ask the DFA and then DOJ, DFA. You're the successor of Secretary Manalo.
Sir, no, the international law does not stand in the way of a speedy. International law does not prevent the speedy resolution of this issue.
Yung anak ni ma'am,
Hindi po, sir.
hindi na kailangan hintayin yung napakatagal. Naghihintayan pa ng papel, di ba?
Sir. Hindi po.
Okay. What about DOJ, with the permission of Senator Pimentel? DOJ.
Yes, Mr. Chair, no international law does not prevent us to talk with the Marshall Islands to give a speedy
So, maliwanag,
resolution or
yun
remedy to
Yun
this
nga yung
situation.
purpose ko na mag-usap kayo nung mga biktima, mga survivors, para hindi na tayo implicate ng kung ano-anong provisions ng UNCLOS, ng SOLAS, kung ano-ano pa.
Chairman, ganito kasi, accidents do happen. Pag-describe ninyo nung conditions, malakas bang ulan, visibility zero, madilim na, so accidents do happen. Posible namang pure accident ito eh. If it's a pure accident, does anybody have to go to jail? Hindi. But we have to compensate those damaged. At wag na natin i-dribble o patagalin pa masyado. So that's our appeal to our friend, neighbor, and ally, the Republic of the Mashall Islands, na given this evidence, naka-on yung transponder ninyo or yung ano ninyo, that is in good faith eh. So there's nothing to hide. So wag na po natin ito patagalin. And actually, should the victims be entitled to a certain amount, international law does not prevent paying the entire amount. International law does not prevent paying an initial amount. Diba? All the more. Kasi 10 araw na po eh. I mean, natulungan na ba kayo ng suspected vessel? Wala, di ba? So I'm just making this appeal. I mean, let's not make this. We will study this from the point of view. Ang legal point namin is about the regime, kulang ba ang UNCLOS arrangement, or meron bang convention, international agreement na baka hindi tayo member, na kung member tayo, mas maganda, mas mapapabilis ang mga proseso like 1952 Brussels Conventions on penal and civil jurisdictions on collisions at sea. I do not know. Paki-check DFA if we are already as either a signatory or we have ratified it. So, ganoon. So, ang next question mamaya, had we been a member, paano tayo matutulungan kung nangyari na ito, member na tayo? Makakatulong ba ang pag-member natin dito o hindi? Diba? So, but yan yung purpose ng hearing na to. But sana hindi tayo ganun kalegalistic sa pagdating sa pagtulong po sa ating mga victims. So, ang appeal na lang po siguro natin sa Republic of the Marshall Islands because pakisabi na lang Mr. Bolivar as to the government of the Marshall Islands. We are friends. Diba? I mean, we are friends, we are allies and neighbors. So magtulungan po tayo. So if let's say that ayaw nila ibigay yung full amount under international law, advance an amount. Diba? Yung balance to follow na kung talagang kumbinsido na rin kayo of your liability. And don't be afraid to admit liability, especially civil liability, because sa tunay na buhay naman, meron naman talagang tunay na aksidente that no one has to go to jail. It's a real accident. Diba? But yun na, meron tayong insurance system so that the burden is spread out to how to compensate the victims of these unfortunate incidents na hindi naman sinadya. Okay, so that's the main idea. So, Mr. Chairman, so I hope our appeal will reach the highest levels of the Republic of the Marshall Islands para matulungan na po, 10 araw na po ang nakalipas. Okay, ang next tanong ko naman, how about the Philippine government? Nakatulong na ba sa inyo? Sige, the widow.
Si Miss Eileen, Eileen.
Miss Eileen. Yes, may ahensya na ng gobyerno na tumulong na po sa inyo.
Iba po.
Yung iba?